This is the story about the fly burger. You may say, what is a fly burger? Well, it goes back to when I was 16 years old. When I was 16, I got a job working at Val's Drive-In in New Bedford. I was a short order cook. I worked there 5 days a week, and I liked it. And I was rewarded 95 cents an hour for working in that place. And I was comfortable with that until one day I was with a few of my friends and we were all talking about our pays. And everyone said they got $1 an hour. And they asked me how much I got, and I said 95 cents an hour. I said, gee, that's too bad. Why don't you ask her for a raise? So we'll all say we have $1 an hour for a job. I said, that sounds like a good idea. So the following week when I went in, I talked to the owner, Helen, and I said, Helen, look, I got a little problem. I said, I hang around with a bunch of guys. They all make $1 an hour working at various jobs. And I work here for you, really the best I can do for you, for 95 cents. Do you think it's possible that you could give me a raise of a nickel so that I could tell everybody I make $1 like they do? So she looked at me and said, absolutely not. I said, why? She said, because if I give you a nickel raise, then every other person that works for me for 95 cents an hour is going to hear about you getting $1, and then I'm going to have to give them all nickel raises. I mean, where's it going to stop? End of story on that. But we go on. So I was not too happy with the end results. And me being a short order cook in 16, without too much brains, I decided payback time was in order. So one of my jobs as a short order cook was to make 25 pounds of pressed hamburgers every night before I went on duty. So I did. So I was in the back room making hamburgers, and I was still ticked off at her because I didn't get my nickel raise. And I said, how can I get even with her? And I thought of all different ways, and I looked. Right in front of me was the answer. Right in front of me was this fly paper hanging down from the ceiling with about 200 flies on it. And I said, I know what I'll do. I'll take 2 flies off of this paper and put them on every single hamburger I make. And which I did. I took 2 flies off. Every single hamburger went out with 2 flies on. And I said, surely, I'm going to leave one of the ingredients that they order. Maybe they order mustard and relish. I'm going to leave out relish, or I'm going to leave out mustard. So that they open it up and they see 2 fried flies on their hamburger and complain to the owner about flies in their hamburger. Well, I worked there for about another month after that, and I did everything I possibly could to get somebody to complain, and guess what? Everybody ate their flies. And it was never discovered, and it was never brought to anybody's attention in a restaurant they had a fly in a hamburger. So the story is, not all things you wish for come true.
Well, besides that, you came from the junkyard and you were had grease under your nails and dirty clothes.
Well,
and
yeah,
you were
that's
going to be
it.
a short order cook, and she still hired him.
Yeah. How's that sound okay?
Greasy.